My name is Maribel Gonzalez. My student ID number is 3322297, and I am enrolled in the fall semester of 2018.
So to trim your dog's nails, you will need some clippers and some stick tip powder or Quick Stop, which is a clotting agent. And this is used to stop bleeding if bleeding does occur while trimming your dog's nails. And bleeding can occur if the quick, which is this little pink part that runs through the nail, it is a blood vessel that contains nerves through the nail. And you want to avoid this because it can cause discomfort and bleeding to your dog. And in clear nails, it is very easy to see, easily identifiable. It is the pink part, and you want to avoid cutting into this. And in brown nails, it is not easily as identifiable. So usually where it starts is where the nail hooks. So in brown nails, you would want to assume to cut up to the hook, but you want to cut a very little at a time. So if it is quicked, the bleeding will be very minimal. And if you do end up quicking the nail, to use the Quick Stop, you could add some in the lid and dip the nail into it and apply pressure for a few seconds. Or you can grab a pinch and actually apply it to the nail with pressure for a few seconds also. And now, after you identify where the quick is and where you want to cut, now this dog is actually an outside dog, so her front paws, she digs a lot, so her front paws are pretty worn down already, so I will be cutting her back feet. And after identifying where the quick is and where you want to cut, you can see, and you will cut very little at a time. And you just want to make sure they don't start bleeding. And if it does, grab your Quick Stop. You want to cut very little by little. Let me see. Good girl. And then you will go back and see if there needs to be cut more. And you could always cut off a little bit more. And remember always to check where the quick is. Some dogs have longer quicks than others, and some will have shorter ones. And on some front paws, if you're doing the front paws usually have this dew claw here, and you don't want to forget that on the front paws, which hers need to be cut because she can't dig with these. Remember to keep an eye on the quick. Let me see. Good girl. And it always is encouraging to encourage your dog. And you will want to go back and see if there is any bleeding, or if they need to be cut just down a little more. And if not, then that is how you trim your dog's nails.
So to trim your cat's nails, you will need some clippers and some quick stop or stick powder, which I have stick powder, and your cat, and a towel to restrain your cat if your cat is a little wiggly, and some help restraining, which I do have help today. And since our little kitten is very wiggly, I will go ahead and wrap her inside the towel, exposing one claw at a time to cut. And you want to wrap them pretty snug so they do not move around. And my restrainer here will help hold. Put that paw back in there. And now the quick stop is used for bleeding if it does occur, and it can occur in the quick, which is the little pink part inside the nail, and it is pretty way back here since this is a kitten, but you can usually see the pink running through clear nails, and if they are dark, you want to just go up to the hook, which is usually where the quick starts. And for a cat, you will need to extract the claw, which you will want to press on the pad gently, which will extract the claw one at a time as you cut. And if you do clip a nail, you can grab the quick stop and pour some in the lid and dip it in there and apply pressure, or you can grab a little pinch and actually apply it to the nail and apply pressure for a few seconds. And after you identify where the quick is and where you want to cut, you will press on the pad and clip just a little at a time. You want to make sure you see where the quick is. And cats usually have a dew claw, which you do not want to miss up here. See, kitty. And you want to check them all again, and if they need to be cut more, you can always cut a little bit more off. And you need to make sure if any are bleeding, you apply the quick stop, and that is how you trim a cat's nails. So there are many ways to pill a dog. First, you will need your medication prescribed by a veterinarian, which I will simulate with a treat, and your dog. You'll want to hold your pill in between your thumb and index finger, and with the other hand, put it over the muzzle, and with the other hand, tilt the head, open the mouth, and put it as far back into the throat as possible. Close the mouth and massage the throat. And a good indicator, if you do not feel the dog swallow, is the licking of the nose, and that's how you pill a dog. So to pill your cat, you will need your pill prescribed by a veterinarian and your cat. And today I will be using a treat to simulate a pill. And you want to hold your pill between your thumb and your index finger. And then what you want to do is grab the back of the head and use this hand to open up the mouth, and then place the pill far back into the mouth as you can. Close the mouth and massage the throat. And that is how you pill your cat. Now for a midstream urine sample, you would need a container for your sample, a glove or two, and your dog on a leash. And a midstream is basically the middle of the urine, so you will want your dog to urinate for about a second or two and before you go on for your sample. And you want a midstream sample because it lessens the contamination of bacteria in the urine. And you will want your dog close to you on the leash, so when they do go to urinate, you can just reach down and grab your sample. And also, so when you do go down, it won't startle the dog. And if you do have to walk your dog for a while, it is good to encourage your dog. And now we will go get our sample.
There's your sample.
So for a gauze muzzle, you will need some rolled gauze and your dog. And rolled gauze comes in sizes of 1 inch and 2 inch. And for smaller dogs, you will use 1 inch. Larger dogs, 2 inch. And for a dog this size, you will usually use 1 inch. But due to circumstances, I will be using 2 inch. And you want to cut off about 4 to 5 feet from the rolled gauze. And when making a rolled gauze, you want to come from behind the dog so you don't startle it. And so you're not too close to the nose. And what you want to do is put in a large loop and come from behind over the muzzle and tighten the gauze just tight enough so they cannot open their mouth. You will then go under the muzzle and cross the gauze and back behind its head, and you will then tie it into a quick release bow, so in case of an emergency you can easily take off the gauze muzzle. And that is how you make a gauze muzzle.